Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. In this video, we are going to go through some emotional highs and some emotional lows. I'm actually going to show you something that I am really excited about, something that I haven't even seen in person because it is still boxed up. And on the other side of the spectrum, I'm going to show you something that I've opened up that I have some mixed emotions about, and it makes me a little low, but I am trying to embrace it. If you are curious what I'm talking about, stay tuned for the video. So it finally happened. The package that I was waiting on from CGC has finally arrived, and it actually came at an unexpected time. I was on a recent day watching as the FedEx driver drove away and realized that that person probably had my package. And I was then given a new delivery date that was several days away. So I was setting my mind to the fact that the package would not arrive until then. And then lo and behold, the package actually shows up early. And here it is, and we are going to actually unbox this. And for those that remember the story, this is actually a package that is from CGC, which is part of why I'm so excited about it, because it is actually a really awesome thing that is inside that, again, I haven't actually seen yet. So I'm kind of pumped to get my hands on it. So we'll unbox this thing and open up this package and see what is inside. Right. And it is thinner than I thought that it would be. I don't know why I thought it was in a regular CGC slab. I've never received one of these before, so very cool. Oh man. So what I am holding in my hands is a sketch from Mr. Mark Bagley. I was actually supposed to be down at CGC to meet Mark and to interview him the same way that I actually did for Chris Claremont, but I was unable to get there because of work commitments. So the folks over at CGC hooked it up, man. They allowed me to have a brief conversation with Mark via FaceTime, and we had a good time. We had a good chat. He actually showed me the sketch that he put together for me, and it is fantastic. This is actually the joke sketch that Mark put together for me, and at least he spelled my name correctly. I'm impressed by that. At least he got my name right. But on the other side, this is the actual sketch that Mark put together for me, featuring my favorite superhero, Spider-Man, and it is actually signed to Reggie by Mark Bagley on 8/26/2020 on front and back. It is ink and pencil on board, and it's just called Sketch Spider-Man. I've never seen these before. It's actually like a thin little sleeve almost that CGC has these sketches in. I never really knew how they came, the sketches. I mean, I've seen them before, mostly just like a front shot. I assumed that it was actually in a slab, but it looks like it's in maybe a heat sealed type of sleeve, if you will, with the label up top and then the artwork below. I need to do a little research on this. This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool right here. So there you go. That is my Mark Bagley sketch. A sketch that I am very appreciative of. I wish I could have been there in person, but it is what it is. That's really cool. All right, so on to, again, something that I have mixed emotions about. Everybody knows that I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I actually have some CGC books here. Books that I picked up raw from the wild, from dealers. One was actually online, and I actually sent these books in. Well, technically I took them in to CGC, and I had them clean, press, and encapsulate the books for me. The books showed up a couple of weeks ago, and I have not done a video because I am wrapping my mind around them, and you will see what I mean in just a moment. One of the books that I was super pumped to get back is this one right here, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. I actually drove a couple of hours for this book. There's a spot that is about 2 hours away from me. Technically, it was a guy that was selling it, that owned a comic shop back in the day. Drove 2 hours to get the book, 2 hours back home. And I now have the book encapsulated, I don't know, 8 months later or something like that. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. It came back at a 4.0 with off-white to white pages. And I remember the excitement of picking this book up. I sat in my car and I was pumped because this was a book that I really, really wanted. I think that CCS did a pretty good job of cleaning this book up as best they can. It is definitely not perfect, but anyone that has ever cleaned a book knows that there are sometimes things that you cannot get off of a book because they are just there. But this is a really cool book. Has a slight tear up here in the top part, but generally a fantastic book. The next book that I was able to get in the wild and also send off to CGC, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 2. This is, it actually came back with white pages, which is crazy. It is a 5.5 with white pages. And I want to say that both of these books essentially came in where I thought that they would be from a dirty grading standpoint. Feel very good about both of these books. And again, same thing on the backside. They cleaned it up as best they can, but there are some things that just cannot be removed from a book without fear of damaging the book. But definitely pleased with both of these books. And I did not get the issue number 3 done because I actually purchased that one already graded from Cape. Did I get that one? I think it was Cape and Cow in Oakland, California is where I picked up issue number 3. That was a good day. I got parking right in the front of the store and was able to get a really awesome book. 2 things that do not always happen when you head to places like Oakland and Berkeley. And then the very last book that I'll show you guys, which is where some of my disappointment actually comes in, is this one right here. The dreaded Purple Label. And I probably should have expected this. I had a bad feeling in my gut with this book. For some reason, I had a bad feeling. But I'm trying to wrap my mind around this one. So CGC pointed out that there was color touch with this book, which I knew about. I probably should have had them cut it out. That is on me. But they also highlighted that there were pieces added to the book. And that's actually where I struggle because I am hard pressed to spot those pieces. But they are the experts and they could be very well right. And I mean, again, part of the challenge for me is that the book was definitely dirty. And so it might have been hard for me to see where the pieces may have been added because of the amount of dirt. And there are definitely some imperfections on this book, but nothing that I thought amounted to pieces being added to the book. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around this now, around whether I actually keep this book or whether I sell this book. I'm still trying to deal with that. But for the moment, we have a restored label, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, that actually came back at a 2.0 with off-white to white pages. Now, the funny thing is, that is exactly where I did the dirty grading. I assumed the book was going to be a 1.8 to a 2.0, and sure enough, it was indeed a 2.0. Didn't see the Purple Label coming, but it is the chance that we take when we buy books in the wild and when we send them in to CGC. And technically, I bought this one offline, so I did not have a chance to inspect it. But subsequently, I did look at it, and I did not see what CGC saw. So it is what it is, right? Still very much pleased to have the book in the collection, but I'm trying to sort out again whether I keep this book as is, whether I have the pieces that have been added removed, or whether I go out and buy a new book. All of those things, except for the first one of keeping the book, is all very interesting because if you cut pieces out of a book, you have the color removed, you have the pieces removed, the grade of the book will drop to something lower than what it is right now. To sell the book is also problematic because I don't have a crazy amount of money into it, but I do have money into it. So can I sell it for the right amount in order to get the money out to be able to then go buy something, another unrestored copy. These are the challenges that I am dealing with right now, but it is also part of the hobby and part of what happens when you buy comics and things like that. So still a cool book. A little disappointed, but more so in myself than CGC for anything that they may have done. So there you go. There you go. That's the video. That is the highs and the lows of dealing with what is going on right now. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment behind. Have you ever sent a book in and had it come back with a purple label? How did you feel about that, and how did you get through it? Again, I'm 2.5, 3 weeks into this one already, and the book is still here. This is the first time I've really shown anybody. But I want to, again, thank you guys for watching. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so in one of two ways. You can send me a message on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to reggie@regiecollects.com. Take care.